Hi everybody, can you please grab your student journal and turn to page 115? We're going to finish the notes from yesterday. This one, you should graph those first points, A, B, and C, and then it says we're going to do a dilation with a scale factor of 2. So we're going to take every single coordinate, x and y, and multiply it by 2. So here's A, and then B is at -4, -1. Sorry, this looks a little messy. C is at -2, -1. And then draw in your triangle. All right, take those points off to the side. So A prime, we're going to take both coordinates, so the -3 and the 1, and multiply it by 2. So -6, 2 is A prime. For B prime, do the same thing. Take 2, multiply it by each one of those coordinates. So this time we get -8 and -2. And then C prime, we get -4, -2. All right, please take a minute and graph those points. All right, guys, and when you're done, here's what you should have. So you have your original triangle. The new image is 2 times bigger. So all of the side lengths, if you notice, right here, for instance, this side length is 2. Now this side length is 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of the sides are 2 times bigger than the pre-image. All right, please take a second, graph PQRS, and then we're doing the same thing. This time you're going to take our scale factor, which is 1/5, and you're going to multiply it by every single number here to get P prime and Q prime. And you can probably guess, because this one is less than 1, this is going to be a reduction, so the image is going to get smaller. So please pause the video here. You guys take a minute and do it, and I'll show you the answer in just a minute. All right, so here's what the original image should look like. Now I'm going to work on multiplying. So I got to take -10 and multiply it by 1/5. Really, that's the same thing as taking the -10 and dividing it by 5. Or feel free to grab your calculator. In this case, it's going to be -2, and then 1/5 times 0 is 0. For Q, -5 times 1/5 is -1, and then we get 0 for the second value. R, you're going to get 0, +1, and then for S, we'll get -1, +1. And here's what it should look like when you're done. So again, it was K was less than 1, so that means our image is a reduction. All right, check out the next question on page 116. This one, we actually don't have to graph anything. It just asks you to find the coordinates of the image. So this is really similar to what we just did. Here's the scale factor. You're going to take this, multiply every single number here by -6 to get A prime, B prime, and C prime. Please pause the video. You guys try it, and I'll show you the answer in just a second. All right, here's what you should have gotten. All right, check out the next slide. Again, same idea. This time, your scale factor is -0.25. So you're going to take this number and multiply by every single value here, x and y. Pause the video, you try it, and I'll show you the answer in just a second. And here are the answers to that one. Double check. If you have questions, talk to your partner. This one is not in your student journal, but you're going to see one like this in your homework. This is kind of the opposite question. This time I'm giving you, here's the pre-image, and then I'm giving you the numbers after we used the scale factor. So that means I took this number, I multiplied by something to get this number. I took 4, I multiplied by the same number to get 10. We're trying to figure out what we multiplied by. So some of you can probably just sort of think through this and figure it out. If you're not sure though, we're going to take, remember that formula we used before? Really, you're going to take the image, so the one with the prime, and divide it by the pre-image number. So in this case, 0 is not really going to help us, but if I take the y values for a prime and a, we'll get 10 divided by 4, which is 2.5. Double check it with one more value. So let's do like 15 and 6, for instance. So the y values right here. So if I take 15 and divide it by 6, do we get the same answer? 6 goes in there twice, 3 left over, so that is 2.5. So we double checked it twice. That's the scale factor of our dilation. All right, this time you have some story problems. Number 8, you design a poster on an 8.5 inch by 11 inch paper for a contest at your school. The poster of the winner will be printed on a 34 inch by 44 inch canvas to be displayed. So we're trying to find the scale factor. This is actually really similar to what you just did. Here's the original. You could sort of think of this as like your x and y value. The 8.5, we multiplied by something to get 34. We multiplied 11 by something to get 44. So same strategy. We're going to take the ending number, the image, divide it by the pre-image number, which was 11, and we'll figure out the scale factor was 4. And if you did this with 34 divided by 8.5, you'd get the same value. So we multiplied both of these by 4. The new canvas is going to be 4 times bigger than the original. All right, guys, here's our last question. A biology book shows the image of an insect that is 10 times its actual size. The image of the insect is 8 centimeters long. What is the actual length of the insect? So the way I thought about this one, we don't know the actual length, but I know I had to multiply. I took 10 times its actual length, and I got 8. So if I divide both sides by 10, we'll figure out the insect is actually 0.8 centimeters long. All right, guys, please work on finishing the 4.5 homework. If you have anything else in the packet from 4.1 to 4.4 that's not done, please make sure you work on that and get that done. And also remember, you have a quiz 4.3 to 4.4 tomorrow.